Okay, so next we have our arm circles or shoulder circles. Again, can be done with weight. If you don't have these, very light dumbbells or even like a water bottle would be fine. If you have shoulder issues, these can absolutely be done without any weight at all, and then you can always add a little as you go. It's important to get the motion down first, and then you can always add the weight second. With this one, there is, as it's done in its truest form, there is an extremely difficult start position to get into as it relates to the rest of your body before you start moving your arms. If you want to give it a shot, I'm going to still demonstrate that. I invite you to try it as long as you don't have any physical limitations that prevent you from getting into it. If it is prohibitively difficult or undoable for any physical reason, you can just do it out of the bridge position, similar to the crossover flies, and I'll show that as well. So, the start position for those of you that are going to give it a roll, I'm going to start squatted down in front of the ball. So your sacrum, or you can think of it as like those two little bony guys that stick out right there. We're going to have that pressed into the front of the ball. My initial stance, think of it as you want to basically go as wide as you possibly can with your toes and your knees at the same angle. So everything facing out, I'm going to press the back of my sacrum into the ball. So I'm going to be here. From this position, once you are driving back into the ball, you need to be low enough so that when you lay your head down and look to the side, it can touch the ball. Okay? So that's where we may potentially need something under the head, if that's you. The final piece, and this will depend as far as which side, on which shoulder you're doing, is one of your hips and feet are going to turn to face the same way as the other. So let's say if I was gonna go this way, which would mean my left arm is gonna do the circling, I would turn my left foot. So now both knees and both feet are looking the same way. And I wanna use this leg to push this hip back into the ball. So I need to actively be pushing it into the ball, otherwise it will just go up with you, okay? And that's gonna be our start position. If this position is not doable, you can just go out of the low bridge, like the crossover fly, which is chin pointing up at the ceiling, and then knees and ankles lined up, and when I draw that low ab in, the glutes kind of start to float off the ball or just gently lose contact with the ball, and then you can go from there, okay? So now, we have our weights. You'll be doing one arm at a time. However, you need to still have both because the other arm will still be holding it, doing something else. So we're gonna get our sacrum back into the ball. We're gonna get a wide stance. I'm gonna turn everything to face a direction. If I turn to my right, I'm gonna be circling with my left. I also look to the right, and now I push this hip back into the ball. And now from here, your hand that's not working, so in my case, my right hand, I'm gonna hold a palm up grip and just reach it straight away from me. This guy is now my circle. It's gonna have a soft bend in the elbow, and it's a circle. So you can see like my bicep kind of hangs by my face as I'm going, and I'm just holding this one out. You always do both directions. You keep a little bit of bend in that circling arm, and you just go at whatever speed you need to. There is no required speed, but the key is to keep it as a flat circle as opposed to a vertical circle. And that will be our shoulder circles.